Hi, thank you for joining us on Spiritual Journey Podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Mary Silvernail.
And I'm Thomas Nice Templar, and welcome to the show.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun show tonight. I just
Yes,
have a feeling.
it
I just
will,
have
it
a
will.
feeling, right? It's a beautiful day out there today.
Yes.
It was, and everything. The sun's shining.
Very angelic out
Yeah,
there.
yes, absolutely.
Very,
And
very much like
what?
Eden. It's beautiful out. Everything's green. We were just talking about renewal before we got here.
Yeah,
With the spring turning, the trees are bloomed. The sun is really strong in the sky. The birds are chirping. People generally look all right. All right. Would you agree with that?
yes.
Okay, genuinely. And it was just a great day.
Yeah, and with the wind blowing through the trees,
Yeah.
and Tommy and I talk a lot about Archangel Ariel, and when you were talking about how the wind was blowing through the trees there and the leaves, and
right.
it looks so beautiful because all the trees are bloomed, I was thinking, and then you brought up Ariel too. I was thinking
did,
about
I did.
Ariel because she's the one that controls the winds too.
That's right. Nature.
And nature, all of nature.
All of nature.
Yeah, but we're going to be talking tonight about the angels that have actually appeared on Earth, actual documented accounts, right?
That's right.
Okay. So you were starting before we even started the show. You were talking about Gabriel because that's the one that most people know.
Well, most people know that the Bible stories of Gabriel coming to Mary and to Joseph and telling him she was going to be with a child. And if an angel tells you that, then Joseph had nothing to worry about. Then the angel knew what he was talking about. But the angel also came to Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane.
Yes.
Was it Gethsemane, right?
Yes.
And calmed him down because he was like starting to, I won't say lose it, but he was wondering why he had to go through all of this. And then the angel reinforced him, gave him, direction and fortitude to know to go through what he had to go through, and sacrifice himself for the good of mankind and release original sin from us.
For all of us.
For all of us, okay?
Yes.
Whether you believe or you don't, doesn't matter.
Good point. Okay. And, so that's what the angels do for us here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I appreciate the angels so much. I actually called upon Archangel Raphael today to help someone that I love very much who was going to a doctor's appointment, And so Archangel Raphael went and was there with her for her doctor appointment. And that's what the angels do now. So it isn't just from the Bible.
No. Gabriel also he also appeared to the Magi too. Remember the two wise men to come through?
Yes.
He appeared to them and basically, I won't say gave them directions, but he told them to follow the star.
Well, Gabriel is the messenger.
Yes, he is.
Gabriel is the one also at end times that will come and blow his horn, his trumpet. And the thing is, Gabriel, you're bringing up Gabriel. I love Gabriel so much. Gabriel helps people that are writers and in the communications business,
yes.
And even us.
Well,
now, he's helping us say what we need to say to help others.
That's right.
That's the idea of this.
Michael, who we always talk about, he was the one who came to Joan of Arc.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he came
See,
to Joan of
Tommy
Arc.
has these interesting facts all the time.
That's what.
It's the truth.
That's what. She was a woman back in the day, when days of old and knights were bold and all of that stuff, and she took up arms, and Michael was with her, and he won many battles.
Well, I could see that. He's the strength. He's the warrior. When you need strength, you call upon Michael.
That's right.
But lots of times, angels appear to us here on earth, and sometimes they're embodied in another human being temporarily. Right?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
A lot of times, they'll, when you are at your lowest point, or
Right.
when you're at your most stressed point, and you are in, well, we were there. Okay.
we're back.
You see what the
There you
angel
go.
on television did?
Yeah,
Boom, just like
that's
that, we were
okay.
done.
That's okay.
Anyway, when you're stressed like that, the angels are there. Okay. And sometimes they bring you a feeling of peace to overcome you, feel like feeling wrong sensation, or you might be, like very upset and got your eyes closed and things, and you'll see, like sparkling lights like this. I'll show you. See
There
that
you
there?
go.
That's how the angels appear to me.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
That's how they appear to me.
Yes.
Just like that.
The angels are all about light,
Well, yeah,
Tommy.
yeah.
They are all about light and color, and they come on beautiful, brilliant lights, or the little sparkle lights, or a ray of light, and because they are light. Their
Yeah.
energy is light, and but they can also manifest as a human. There's someone that I know, a girl that I just want to say this, okay? There's a girl that I know. She was actually on a vacation in Bermuda, and she had one of those little motorcycles,
Yeah.
and she was riding around Bermuda enjoying herself, and she had an accident with the little motorbike, and she really got injured very bad, and there was nobody on. It was a deserted road. She was alone. And what happened was, what she told me later on, the story that she was telling me, it was, wow. She said that a man came and he was dressed all in white, from head to toe, dressed in white. And he helped her and took her away from the bike and put her over on the side of the road. And before she knew it, all of a sudden, I guess maybe she got knocked out or something, and an ambulance then was there that she remembered next, but the man was gone. She doesn't even know where he came from. There was no car, there was no other motorbike, there was, yeah,
Your guardian
it was an angel.
The only thing I would stress to you all is to, so you have free will, and you need to, if you want to talk to the angels, you want to be involved with the angels, to surrender that. All right, you surrender your free will. All right, then you're open to the angels coming to you and helping you in whatever aspect of life you're in. They will never help you do harm to anyone.
Never, ever, ever,
They will never.
ever,
They will
ever.
never place you above others. Okay, you have your guardian angels to do beneficial work for you, your family, and others.
Yes.
And by that beneficial work, you are blessed. All right. When you bless other people, you get blessed in return. And the angels were created outside of God by God. Mankind, Jesus, was created inside the womb. There's the difference between them. Okay? And that's the main difference right there.
Right, that's true. But sometimes they can manifest as mankind or womankind.
They can manifest as anything. You hear these stories of people are lost
All the
and
time.
walking along the road, and they're in a strange place they don't know, and all of a sudden they get help from a stranger, and the stranger puts them on the right path, and they get to where they got to go, and they say, "Oh, it was that guy who was down the road over there. PC. There's nobody lives there. What are you talking about?
So many accounts.
There's
of
so
this,
many
right?
accounts that these are earthbound angels, you might call them, that come out to help you. I mean, I've had many encounters myself. Like
Yes.
I tell you, when my truck broke down,
I remember that.
I called.
remember
I
that.
was 3 blocks from my house. I didn't want to get a tow truck, so I just stopped and meditated. Called in Michael, and I told him, I said to him, "Listen, just get me home, and I'll get this truck to the mechanic tomorrow morning."
Yeah, I remember.
The first
that.
thing, boom, started right up, right home, parked the car the next morning, same thing, got to the mechanic, and they said to me point blank, "I don't even know how you got here, his truck shouldn't be running. So what does that tell you?
Believe in miracles. They happen every day.
Every day.
But the angels really can help that. And that's their work that they do here. There was a situation, a time in my life. We're going back to like maybe the early 1990s. And there was a lot going on in my life at the time. Okay. And at that period of time, I was actually working in an office. And I was up on the second floor, and nobody was in the office. There were some people in the back and stuff, but nobody was in the office but me. And this woman came, and she came in the door, and like where the office was, we were out at like on a road that only cars would go by. There was no place to walk. There was no sidewalks or anything like that. It was a construction company. We were way far out. Well, anyway, so she came in, and she's asking me for directions, okay? And I looked in the parking lot. I didn't see any car. And I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. She started talking to me, like just small talk. I poured my heart out to this lady.
Because
stranger. That's why she was there.
I have people who do that with me. I know that I'm placed in their path for a purpose. And I go over there, and I know it wasn't to do what I was there to do. It was something of a higher purpose.
Yeah.
And that's happened to me. It happened just a couple of weeks ago, twice in one day, back to back. And the people now watch the shows that we do. Yeah. We also have a new venture. You want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah, it's great. And everybody had loved it. When did we do that? Just last week?
2 weeks ago.
Okay, 2 weeks ago. Spiritual Journey TV is the name of the TV show. And it's filmed in Staten Island, and it's shown on Spectrum, Channel 79, and FiOS, Channel 35, on Sunday nights. It's Fridays? Okay.
The other Sunday, Friday.
Yeah, well, the other show is,
Friday nights.
Friday nights at 7:30, 9 o'clock. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about
it wasn't
Brian's
7. It wasn't 9. It's 9:30.
I'm sorry. Sorry. We only did one show so far of that show, but it was great, and you should really watch it. It's on YouTube too, because we had Tommy is a healer, an energy healer, and so am I, and we had 2 other energy healers on. And it was really quite a magnificent show. The audience really loved it, right?
It was a good show.
It was a good show. It was good. It was all about healing, all about energy healing, and it was informative. And
different methods.
The different methods of healing, and plus the stories that a couple of the ladies had told about their own journey.
That's right.
In healing and their own spiritual journeys. And that's what Tommy and I are all about. We're all about the spiritual journey. That's the name of the podcast, name of the TV show, the name of the metaphysical store in Waretown, New Jersey, at the Jersey Shore.
Which is repetitive.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to have this now.
Yes.
And we're going to go forward. We're going to have a lot of great guests on, and I would advise you to watch it. You'll learn a lot about different modalities. And in the meantime, you'll be entertained for an hour. Something, if you need to know anything, you can always contact us at the end of our credits or our names and stuff that you can contact us.
The email address,
all right. Maybe if you're interested in the show, you want to come and see it. There's limited seating, but you let us know ahead of time, and we'll tell you who's going to be the guest, and you can come on and be in our studio audience.
We have an interesting show. In June.
We have a really good one coming up.
Yeah, 2 great guests.
Yeah.
Right?
Stephen Popiatek. Popiak, I get it wrong all the time.
Yeah.
And psychic medium Chris George.
Yeah, very interesting people. Stephen is a cosmic astrologer, okay? And
cosmic shaman.
Yeah. No, he's a cosmic, that's right. Okay. Well, him and I always talk astrology. You know what I mean? So that's why I view him that way.
When it comes to the astrology, you could tell Mary, when it comes to astrology, I turn it over to her. I don't pretend I know anything about it. You know what I know about it? I'm a Sagittarian. The end.
Yeah, but then when it comes to the prayers of agreement,
Well,
who
that's
do I go to?
all right. But, even
Yeah.
with that, I got to do one of
Okay.
those later.
No, that's the truth. So anyway, but we have a variety of different guests and just very interesting panel of people all spiritual people to talk about their spiritual journeys,
the
right?
truth.
Because we're all on a spiritual journey. You're on a spiritual journey. Some of you may not even realize
You
that
don't
yet.
even realize it. You know what it is? Sometimes it takes a catastrophic incident. Sometimes it takes a broken heart. Sometimes it takes tremendous stress. God will never give you more than you can handle.
Never.
Okay? It is at those times that you need to connect with your angels. Why? Because when you do that, number one, they were created for you. All right, they were created for you. Your guardian angels, you have spirit guides, you have all sorts of people. You have past loved ones that come into your life every so often. They come in and visit you, and you'll know they're there. You might smell a cup of coffee, you may smell a perfume, or you may
Or may smell smoke.
If the person was a smoker, you smell
Yeah.
cigarettes. I mean, I have this happen. My mother and my grandmother with the coffee. Boy, they
Yeah.
drank so much coffee they should be still wired today.
Yeah,
On the other
I
side.
know. My mother, a lot of coffee, and my father too. But I smell my father, unfortunately, sometimes from the smell of cigarettes,
Yeah,
or
cigarettes.
Old Spice. I smell Old Spice.
Old Spice is
And I
good.
know that was what my father always wore, and that reminds me of my father. Well, my father, I told you, he says good morning and good night to me every single day. And he passed away in 1984.
Well,
Okay. Well, through the numbers, through the numbers from the clock.
that's right.
It's a long story. But anyway, so they show themselves in different ways, but the angels do too.
Yes.
So, right.
The angels, I mean, I was getting onto the LIE one day, and I was just driving out towards Long Island, and I was getting on in the, I guess we call it Jamaica Flushing area. As I'm getting on the highway, I was talking with Pete, if you remember Pete. I was talking with him, and we're driving out to go do something. And as we were talking about that. And right on the service road was Raphael's Pizzeria. And right in front of me was Raphael on the license plate.
There you go.
And we were talking about this. Listen, you can't make that stuff up.
Right?
Can't make it up.
Right?
Something just flew into my eye.
So, probably there was a little gnat
I
that
saw
was
him.
flying around.
saw
So Raphael, then, okay. So what did that mean to you?
That he was with me, number one.
Yes.
Every time we talk about any specific angel, all of a sudden we have a lot of interaction with that angel.
Yeah.
Ariel, forget about it. It's just that one show.
I know. The
Oh my
show we
God.
did on Archangel Ariel. That was a great show. We really enjoyed doing that
Yes,
show,
we did.
remember? I
we did.
know. I don't know. Was that a call-in show that
That
night?
was a call-in show at the
Yeah,
time.
sometimes we do call-in shows.
Sometimes we do live.
Yeah, sometimes. But, and people call in, and you should watch to see because we notify you if we're going to have a call-in show. We put it on Facebook and things like that. But the other thing is, too, anyone who would like to subscribe to the newsletter and, you could see all the shows, all the TV shows and the podcasts, monthly horoscope,
Yes.
and also when we're going to be doing a live show, all you have to do, you can subscribe at hopehypnosis.com, hopehypnosis.com, and just hit subscribe on the website there
You
to
might
the
as well tell them how
newsletter.
they can find the store, too, on that.
Right, and on that website, that's what I was getting to. Okay.
You were getting to
Tommy's
that?
way ahead of me. So on that website, you go down, you scroll down, there's several pages on the website, and you look for Spiritual Journey, the metaphysical store, and you hit the button, and there you are. Then you're on the online store. Oh, thanks, Kenny. Kenny put it up. Kenny put it up on the screen. So it's as simple as that. And when you go on spiritual journey healing, okay, that's the metaphysical store. When you go on there, there's a whole array of metaphysical jewelry, candles, oils, angel statues, saint statues, all kinds, thousands of different gifts.
Incense, peppermints.
Yeah. Kenny, do you have that picture of the store? That would you be able to put that up? Oh, what happened? Oh, I'm sorry.
That was a commercial.
Oh, that was a commercial break, yeah. Welcome back. Anyway, so, but you could go right on there and you could see it's an online store and you can see everything and, you know, you can make purchases, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And also see our shows on there.
That's right. You know, the archangels that we have spoken about from time to time on here, all the different ones that we've done, you can call on the ones that specifically have something that's theirs that you need to tap into to give you that, either give you that pat on the back, you know, that fortitude to go forward, you know, give you that strength to face things like a Michael, all right? Or maybe, as we're talking about, you know, you need a healing. You know, healing doesn't only involve healing of the body,
Right.
but it's a, you know, healing of a situation, healing of you know, of the chaos that has become this world. You know, so there's a lot of times you can call on the archangels of these specific things, and they have legions of angels that work with them on those specific things. All right, there are so many you can never, ever, ever, in billions of years, in eons, be able to count how many angels there are.
No, remember we were talking
Yeah, we're
about
talking
that
about
one. You know, the other thing is, though, even if you feel like, you know, I never get to talk to my angel. I don't know how to talk to my angel. I never see my angel. You're talking about seeing these lights. I never see it. Yeah, but how about when you come across a person that is extremely empathetic to you, okay? The angel might be working through
With that
that
person,
human
yeah.
being, okay? So, like,
Or the
Go ahead.
angel may be that human being
yeah, that's very
sent to
true.
you at a critical time in your life. Remember one thing: if you want to start to do this, you know, to speak to your angels or contact them. Okay, they will validate. Well, you have to be really true of heart for what you need that for. And number two, you need to surrender your free will. Okay, and then get quiet, and just think about the archangel that you want or your guardian angel that you want. When I first saw my guardian angel, her I saw. She's the only angel I physically saw. All right, her name is Genevieve.
Physically, you're talking
And
about embodied,
yes,
right? Okay, not. Go ahead.
in my bedroom, and she was from the floor to the ceiling, and then some. Okay, and incredibly radiant and beautiful, like kind of when you saw Lady Nada. Okay, kind of along those lines, and she didn't have to say anything to me. I just looked at her and I was saying, "Wow," you know, I mean, I couldn't believe it, but you know what? That sets you on your path. You notice something more to this life than all this garbage they shove down your throat on TV.
And once that
Okay.
opens up, once that window
You see the
opens up
fality
for
and
you,
everything. You know,
oh my goodness gracious, all the beauty that will be, the divine beauty that will be flooding in your heart, your mind, into your life. And then you start looking at things a little bit
you
different.
start to see things differently.
Yeah, kind of like when we were looking when we were driving here, and you know you were noticing the trees, and we were talking about how beautiful.
It's just
you just
beautiful because it puts you, when you see that kind of nature's beauty, like if you were to get on a plane and you would go to, say, Tahiti, and you're going to stay in those little huts that are on the water, could you possibly get any more beautiful than that? Any more serene? Okay? Could you possibly be any calmer than you would be being there? With all the chaos that goes on around you and everything that you see on TV and everything that keeps you in a bind of tension on a regular basis. Give that garbage away. Stop watching your TV. Stop listening to the news. The news is nothing but propaganda. All right? It's all coming from one source that supplies them both on both sides of the field. So why would you even bother to watch that? Where is your common sense that you cannot discern BS when you see it? Really?
Well,
All
this
right?
is
That's
true.
why you have those angels. You need guidance. You need specific guidance on certain topics. You ask them. You could Google the angels, whichever one you may need to call in. All right?
That's right. Like Archangel Raguel helps with a family situation if there is a disagreement in a family, right?
That's right.
You-
It's mend
right.
fences. You know, mending. And it's another thing. Mend fences. If you
Oh,
have a riff,
please.
if you have a riff in your family, mend fences because you don't want to take that to your grave. There's no time to say, "I'm sorry. I was so pig-headed," after the person's gone. Okay, you lost that opportunity.
That
All right.
reminds me of the song by Mike and the Mechanics. Oh, I'm just going to say it on here.
Through the living years.
The Living Years.
That's right.
The Living Years. You need to say it now. You need to show it now. Say, I love you. You know, it's very, very important to do that because lots of times you think that you have all kinds of time, you know, but
You don't. You know why? You could have somebody who's gravely ill, and your number's up before them. Okay, and you were perfectly fine. You were playing pickleball, please. Anyway,
don't say that. Kelly is excellent at pickleball.
I didn't
my
even
daughter.
mention Kelly. You know, I saw those
You
things.
say
I
that
was in the sporting
pickleball.
goods store yesterday, and I saw the paddles with the balls and this that.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
said
what
to
are
my wife,
people?
I go, "You want me to get it? Or no? We'll play at home." And she looks at me. She goes, "Nah, I don't want to play it either. I'd rather take those paddles, go with a black ball, and go play at the park like handball with the paddle
Yeah.
ball. We used to play paddle ball all the time. You know, pickleball it just seems a little.
Well, you know, the other thing is, too, that the angels do for you is give you a sense of purpose. And especially, I want you to realize something. If you notice that there's someone in your life that gives you a sense of purpose, that it just rings true to you, then you know what? You should be around that person a little bit more and kind of like open your ears and your heart to what they're saying, because many times an angel is speaking right through them.
Well, yeah. A lot of times, there's a lot of things that will resonate with you when somebody speaks to you
Yeah.
who is under angelic guidance.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I would tell you to absolutely take what they've said to you because there's weight there, there's gravity there. Okay? And that's supposed to weigh on your heart so you know that was a message that was for you. Okay? That was a message that was for you. I mean, how many times did you were thinking about something, and the worst thing is it's the best thing and the worst. Because if you focus on something negative and you constantly give that empowerment, you will have that happen. If you focus on the better things in life, the good things in life, as long as what you're focusing on doesn't cross the boundaries of free will for anyone else, okay?
Important.
Whatever you wish for yourself, wish it for everybody. Wish it for everybody. God loves a gracious giver who doesn't expect anything in return. So if you want to be that person that's going to pay it forward, okay, then be that person. Your prime directive, me and Mary's spoken about this many times, is to love others the way God loves you and to be of purpose and service to your fellow man.
That's
Okay.
really what it's about.
When you do blessings upon others, you will be blessed.
And be in gratitude.
And be-
Gratitude is
that's right.
extremely important. And if you notice that maybe there's someone that you happen to come across and notice that they get really excited just about a sunset or get really excited about a really good meal or something small in life, small things. Those people are very much connected to the angels. You know that?
Sunday.
That's the truth.
Sunday that just
That's
passed.
the truth.
We went to
It's the small joys in life. Sorry.
we went to the cemetery, and while we were there, it's a beautiful place. It's here on Staten Island. It's a beautiful place to visit my sister-in-law. When we left there, we're getting in the car, and we're driving out of these winding roads that is in this place. And here's a bird that I have never seen this bird before.
Oh.
He kind of looked like a mockingbird, but he wasn't. He was thinner and had long stilt legs. And the baby looked like he was tiny, but a duplicate. And it was following its mother in the street, and I couldn't go. I was not going to chance hitting that bird.
No.
All right. I'm waiting. Now the mother crosses the street in front of us. Me and my wife are sitting there. I said, "Can you believe this bird? It's beautiful. Look at him." Right? And she's like admiring the bird. And the baby was so cute. And the mother was summoning the baby to come across. So I'm looking at my wife. I said, this is going to take it's going to take a long time. So I was trying to get the bird to go across. So I finally, we were able to make the turn to get past them. But it was just like, these are ways that I know she was contacting us through those two little birds.
When you
I know
say
that.
she, maybe you need to,
Well, it's my sister-in-law.
yeah, that you went to visit, right?
Yes, we went to visit her.
Right.
I've seen her since she's passed, and I feel her around me all the time, and just things go the right way when she's with me, So
Our loved ones that have passed, many times people get mixed up and they say, my loved one is an angel now. But really what it is the angels and your loved ones work together to help you here on earth. They work together, and your loved one in heaven who has passed sees that there's something you need in your life. So they ask a particular angel to go and be of assistance to you, because many times we don't realize enough to ask ourselves. You know what I'm saying? To ask them to come ourselves. But they work together. So they're in the angelic realm there, within those planes. Yeah. And lots of times, if you dream about a loved one who has passed, what that is actually that you've had a little bit of astral flight, that your spirit leaves above your body just a couple of inches, and your loved one gets to come down to a lower plane, and you meet on the same plane of existence, right?
Do you remember your first time with that? I could tell you my first time with that, with astral travel. I was in bed, and I was in twilight, and all of a sudden, you ever see these UFOs that go from 0 to 2 million miles an hour?
Is that what happened to you? You poor guy.
I had the silver cord to me.
Were you a kid, or were you?
No, it just happened, maybe 20 years ago.
Get out of here.
And I went out of my body. I was going up there. I was saying, oh, no.
But the silver cord Tommy's talking about, it connects.
It's an umbilical cord that keeps you tied here.
Yeah.
Because we are all, the best thing to do is to ground. And I would recommend that if you're going to ground, take off your shoes and socks, go out in the grass, ground to the ground beneath you, to Mother Gaia, put your hands up to the Christ above you, all right?
Just
Connect
like
to
the
God,
Indian chief.
all right? And breathe in God's crown. Hug a tree. I know it sounds silly, but the tree is grounded as well as connected. All right, so you want to do, I felt like Pastor Joel Osteen, because he does that all the time with his hands. Don't you know?
I'm telling you, I feel that man, I'm going to use my sister Judy's word, okay, which I'm very careful about using. I feel that that man is impinged upon, even though he's a minister out there on TV and people say about the money with it and all that. But I'm telling you, when I listen to that man speak, I feel he's impinged upon, literally, by God. But the thing is, too, when you were talking about that, your experience with astral flight, I go back and I think about my sister Angel. Oh, my goodness. Because I've talked about this before. My mother and my two sisters and we used to, share notes the next morning of what we all experienced out of body, because we would connect with each other. That's kind of family I grew up in. That's how it was. But one time after my sister had already gotten married, she had kids and everything else. I'll never forget, okay? She was living in Caldwell, New Jersey at the time. And she called me up and she said, Mary, I'm never doing that again. Because she couldn't get back in her body. It scared her. And she was a very, very spiritual woman. But she got scared.
Well, remember,
but she got back in her
but
body.
remember, because
you know?
the things that she did, and she was a spiritual person, and she knows these things. But for a person who's, like seriously, like what we do, all right, for an experience like that, and if you get scared from that,
it could scare you. Yeah, and yeah.
Listen, there have been things that I had a dream.
I just think it's beautiful.
That it was a beautiful place, a giant home, and somebody needed something to get something from this house. And I wound up in I was outside waiting, and it was a beautiful view, beautiful vista. This giant house, but behind it, his was the garages, right? And it was beautiful cars in it. But behind his house was this valley that went down. It was green. It was plush. There was clouds and things. It was just beautiful.
Wow.
All right. Well.
Paradise.
Yeah, paradise in disguise of something bad.
Oh.
Okay. And this demon, if you want to call it, whatever it was, came out of the garage, and I was in battle with it with my Excalibur, and I was fighting with this thing and fighting with this thing and fighting, going on and on and on. Well, the other person who was with me was in the house still. All right. And I was like, thought I got rid of it. And I walked away, and I had battle wounds. And I walked back to the vehicle, and I turned around, and there it is again, even bigger than it was. And at that point, a big hand just came in, because I was going to go back and battle this thing, and I was dead tired. And the hand just grabbed us and pulled it in behind us, and it was like nothing but white light. You didn't see anything. Okay, and it was Michael the Archangel.
Yeah, I remember.
And he
you
said,
telling me about this.
I have weapons you have never seen yet. And it was like, wow. It was a wow moment. You know what I mean? And from that time, I know I walk with him, and I don't care about nothing. I don't worry about nothing.
You know you're protected.
Yes.
Constantly.
Yes.
Constantly protected. And, because, I mean, we've shared so many of those battle stories. One time I woke up, like sometimes when you come back and with a jolt, and I was literally coming out of fire, literally. That was a really scary time for me. That happened a couple of years ago, and because Tommy and I, what we're talking about is we end up many times on the other planes, literally doing battle. There's a battle that's going on between good and evil.
It's what you read in the Bible that says, we do battle with municipalities and principalities in heavenly realms and earthly realms. And that's what we do. All right? And even yourselves do this at nighttime, whether you know it or not. Not every time you wake up and you got a stiff neck or you got a pain in your back, that's because you're getting older. That's because you were up there battling and didn't even know it. So all you have to do at that point is just tell God to remove the battle damage.
That's it.
And you're done.
And you get up and you walk.
That's it.
And
remove the battle damage. You know how many times I forget to do that? I walk around like an 80-year-old man. Not that that's too far off, but
Well, you walk it off, But the thing is that I hope we didn't scare anybody talking about that. But we know a lot of people also that that experience that, and because that is what's going on. There's a battle between good and evil
all the time,
especially
all the time.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of time, when man's first inception onto this planet, there has been a battle of good and evil. All right, and evil is created by man, not by God. The evil that men do, you've heard the phrase. Okay? The divisions in this world are all caused by men. The hatred in this world are all caused by men.
Angels have
Angels are pure love.
and unconditional acceptance. So angels don't look at what you had, maybe mistakes that you made in your past or something, and
They're
then
not
you
here to
think
judge
you
you.
can't connect. No judgment.
You judge yourself.
No judgment.
All right, they're not here to judge you. That's why you repeat lives and lives and lives and lives and lives. You've been repeating it since day one. Some of you are very old souls. Some of you are brand new. But the bottom line is, if you don't learn the lessons that this life is supposed to teach you, you're going to repeat them again in the next. Okay? And it doesn't matter if you're coming back as a man, you're coming back as a female, you're coming back as a tree, you're coming, whatever you're coming back as. Okay, it doesn't matter. What matters is there is a lesson that you signed on for.
Yeah.
You signed on for it.
And the interaction that you have with others, all part of your soul group, and you wonder why, why this one doesn't treat you nice or that one doesn't whatever, or you don't get along with this or that. It's all karma you guys are working out here
working it
in
all
this
out.
lifetime. That's
right.
all. Just working it out. These are the lessons.
The thing I would tell you too is like you hold animosities, you hold these feelings against people. All right, you are doomed to repeat what it is you are sending out there. What you reap, you sow. It is called the universal law of return. Okay, if you mistreat people, if you judge people, you will be judged. If you are deceitful, people will be deceitful to you. If you're a habitual liar, you will receive the same lies. Okay? Everything that you put out there against anyone else, watch out what you do. Watch out what you do, because your eternal soul is at risk. Watch out what you do. Okay? Everything that you say is recorded. Everything that you say has weight and gravity. And it will go out. They call it the universe. It will go out to the universal space of God, which encompasses everything. Okay? And it will come back at you by what you've put out there, by your words you create, and by your words you are condemned. Okay? So if you want to elevate yourself, you think, in stature by poo-pooing on somebody else, okay, and raining on their parade, trust me, your turn in the pot is coming. And it's going to happen. And for you family people that hold all these different animosities, okay, over situations that be or have happened or will happen or haven't happened, you keep on focused, concentrated thought on that, you will develop that, and that will be coming home for you. May not be now, could be in 20 years, could be in 30 years, you don't know. But it will return. And when it does, you're going to have that aha moment. Now, what can I do to fix this? That's what you're going to be saying. What can I do
Well,
to
if you
fix
don't
this?
fix it now, you're going to
That's right.
return in your next incarnation,
That's
have to
right.
deal with it all over again. Who wants to do that?
Nope.
You know?
You never want to pay for the same real estate twice.
No.
And that's what that comes down to.
No. So, lots of times we were talking about light before. Light is very, very, very important, that the angels show up in different light. And
Colors.
what?
The colors.
Different colors, right. Such as Archangel Raphael comes on an emerald green light. And if you're dealing with a health issue or a loved one is, then you ask Archangel Raphael to heal that person or yourself. And then just imagine a beautiful green light around the person.
That's right.
That's all. It's very simple, see? And but notice when you see those sparkles of light, like what Tommy was showing you before with the angel, with the pretty sparkles. This angel. Can you lift that up?
I'll lift it up again.
Okay.
Ooh, look, I can fly. No,
how
okay.
pretty?
See how pretty that
Yeah,
is?
that's how they look. That's the truth. That's the truth. And many times angels will show up in so many different ways. Maybe in a photograph, you'll notice something behind Go ahead.
What about the rainbows? Every time I'm talking to you, we're talking about something philosophical, and they validate. There's not a cloud in the sky. There's a rainbow,
Yep.
a mini rainbow in the cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
Just looking down at me
This happens all the time.
all the time.
All
What
the
about when I was
time.
down the beach? I was down on my beach that I have sanctified for the Blessed Mother, and Michael, and I was on this little jetty thing that they had there. It was and I showed you the video with the crow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw
Crow
that.
came out of nowhere,
How
came right
cute.
next to me, and he's looking at me, going, go, go, go. He's doing all that color and stuff. And then I was calling him some pretty bird. I would have took him home with me if he would have came with me.
Oh my gosh! You know what? The other day, it was just like, what was this, yesterday, the day before? They made a delivery at my front door, and I went, but I could tell through the window. I have like this little flag holder in my
Okay.
garden, and a adorable little
Chipmunk.
no,
Sparrow?
sparrow was sitting on there just enjoying it, and then went over by my berry bush, and but I didn't have the heart to open the door to scare the bird away, so I just stood there and I just waited until the bird was
I
done
got
playing
I got
around,
the doves all around the house.
you know, just playing around, and then, you know, when I saw then finally the sparrow flew away. You know, sparrows many times literally represent God. God.
They are little, but I tell you, they are fearless.
Mighty.
They are fearless. I've seen them fight off crows, and they're all attacking them. You know, I felt bad for the crow,
Yeah.
you know, because he's like 10 times their size, and yeah.
Yeah. Hummingbirds are very strong also.
Lot of-
People
lot of totem
don't realize
medicine.
that little. I love birds. You know, birds are highly intelligent creatures. Birds are also the messengers. That's why lots of times Tommy and I talk about different birds. That's like he was
Well,
talking
what about
about the bird the other day.
I tell her, I'm sitting on my stoop, I'm minding my business. I'm up on the little bistro table, sitting in a chair, having a cup of coffee. I feel like Dr. Doolittle. The minute they come out there, the squirrel comes to see me, the birds come to see me. I told you about that little red-headed sparrow. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I want to know what kind of bird that is.
So would I.
You know, but if you notice birds, so it doesn't just necessarily, a lot of people know about the cardinal, a
Yeah.
loved one coming to see them, but birds, anytime like that, you notice that a bird is coming around a lot, they're giving you a message. They're giving you totem medicine, it's called, actually, okay? Or they're giving you a message from your loved one, or they're giving you some kind of a medicine. And you just Google totem medicine sparrow,
You
totem
find out what animals
medicine. Yeah,
are
or
responsible
animals.
for whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because nature takes care of you.
Yeah, that's
so it
right.
isn't just the angels. Do you realize how much care is being given to you because you are divine? You are a piece of the divinity. You're the piece of God.
That's right. So know your place, know who you are, claim who you are. All right. Surrender your free will to your angels, and you will move forward. Okay, you will move forward in going in the right direction. You know, spirituality. Okay, it's just something that will overtake you, and you will see answers to things that you've never seen before in any kind of organized religion. All right, you will see. Maybe you'll see an angel. Maybe you'll see a bird, like Mary said. Maybe you'll have a person who enters your life, and you don't even realize that that person was divinely sent to you at the specific time for the specific thing that you're going through. All right, to help you through it.
Then you'll notice when that's done, suddenly the person is no longer in your life for some reason. Maybe they move away or whatever. Everything is in divine order.
Everybody
You
who
know?
crosses your path, everybody you meet, you've met before.
Yes.
You met them before.
Yes. Look at when we were at the studio the other night. Kirsten, who was a
Kirsten,
guest on our show, and then your friend Joanne, who was in the audience.
Yes,
they
yes.
were talking in the kitchen there, and they kept on going on. They can't figure out where they knew each other. You know? And I mean, and they live in two different states. They don't have anything really in common.
No.
And I told them both. I said, it's another lifetime.
Another lifetime.
It's another
and
lifetime.
probably the same soul group.
Yep.
You know,
Interesting, right? Your friend, my friend.
that's right.
Then yeah. But yeah. But they couldn't get over it. They just, it was driving them crazy. I'm sure that happens to you guys, right? Or you meet someone and you just feel as though you've known them
You've known them,
forever.
You hit it off so well right off the bat.
Perfectly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know when I run into these people, I know that I've known them before.
Exactly.
It just happened over the weekend. A client, that a friend of mine asked me if I take care of it for him. And I went over there, and I knew that as soon as I got there, I knew it. You know, so I went over there. It was gracious people to me. You know, Tom, you want something to eat? You want something to drink? They just met me. You know what I mean?
But probably not.
Well, probably not is right.
Probably
Well, you know,
not.
I was really impressed by that. You know, just wonderful people, wonderful people. You know, everybody is capable of being their best self. So once you work on that every single day, be better than you were today.
Every morning,
Every
wake up
morning.
with that in your mind.
That's right. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, the first blessing you give is that you woke up in the morning. The second blessing you give is for your love of yourself, your family, and remember, you must learn to love yourself, okay? Because that's far and foremost, that you have to learn to love yourself if you want to be able to really, truly love others. You know, and if you're doing something that you don't like within yourself, then it's time to change that, okay? You work on a better you. All right, and every day, focus on being better than you were the day before.
And there's an angel to help you with anything and everything if you have an addiction problem.
That's right.
You know, Archangel Metatron really works beautifully with that. Archangel Metatron, who I
Wait till you
love.
see the size of that one.
Oh, yeah, he's the biggest one I've ever encountered.
Remember the clouds?
Yes!
Oh, my God.
I know, we talk about that so much. I know, because it was amazing. It was amazing. It's like you just can't make it up, you know?
I was going to Mary's place in Waretown
It's funny.
to go do a shooting of a show there. And I was driving with director Brian, and we were driving out there, and a producer of Mary's show.
Yeah.
And
Astrology,
we were driving out
angels,
there,
and more.
and we were going.
I have to say
He's
it for
just
Brian.
about to say the other word.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're driving out there, and I go like this to Brian. I go, "Oh my God, look!" And I said, "Let me get my phone." I started taking pictures of it, and I was texting them to Mary. And there's Archangel Metatron. Well, I'm calling him Metatron. It's Metadrin. Okay, like this. His wings spread like this, giant. I mean, just huge.
Biggest angel.
You know. And as I saw that, I said, "Oh my God." And we've shown those pictures on the shows.
Yes,
We have shown them.
absolutely, absolutely. You have a tremendous array of pictures with the
With
clouds
the
and at
Blessed
the
Mother.
beach and with the Blessed Mother and the sun and the way
Remember
my God.
Metatron's cube. I even have one that to me it's really special touch of my heart is the Easter Sunday. My sister-in-law had just passed on the end of the week, and Easter Sunday, you know, it's the risen Christ. All right, and we were down at that beach, and I wanted to put flowers in this little makeshift altar I have down there, and some incense. I brought frankincense and myrrh, and they had done some work down there, so they had everything taped off. You couldn't get down there, so I put it on the sand where we were, and I lit the incense, and we went for a walk. As we're walking down the beach and things like that, I was taking pictures, particularly of the sun and the water and everything else. Good things show up for me, and you see the sun is around sun, right, and all like fiery around it, and all of a sudden it goes right into a heart.
Perfect heart.
Perfect heart.
Perfect heart.
All right.
Didn't you show that?
Yeah, I showed that on the last show.
Yeah.
You can't make that up. You just cannot make that up. All right. This is their way of validating that she was there with the Blessed Mother.
Mm-hmm.
All All right, and
There's the store.
there's the store. Look at that.
Look at that. Okay, there it is. That's the website, hopehypnosis.com. And then you'll see, right? All you have to do is press that button, Spiritual Journey, Metaphysical Gifts, and you'll see a whole array of metaphysical gifts, all kinds of things, unusual things. We have very unusual gifts. It isn't like ordinary stuff. Oh, there's that blue
I had that.
Azure. Yeah, well, yeah, you do. Yes, you do. You know, I don't have one. Only one in the store. Okay.
Well,
but we
still
have a whole
to
array of
purchase
them. No, we
more.
have a whole array there for people
Oh,
to
we do?
buy.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. But all kinds of beautiful jewelry, too. I mean, this actually, just showing this doesn't do it justice, but if you go on the website and you hit those pictures, you're going to see different things, because like the little rose quartz angel there, okay, but then we have it in fluorite, et cetera. We have all the angels and all the statues of the angels, and some of this really beautiful jewelry, and candles, manifesting candles.
That's right.
For manifestation. I love those selenite hearts, don't
Yeah,
you, Tommy?
yeah,
Even
yeah.
oil burners we have to burn the
Remember the
oils.
one remember the
Native
one I bought
American
you?
stuff.
The pink one.
That's right on my desk.
I know.
Are you kidding? That's on my desk. That is unusual. It actually looks like it has little veins in it. I love
Yeah, I
that.
know.
I love that. There's some of the crystals. Here's some citrine. You know, we even have fairies and beautiful gold and silver angel necklaces.
What about the tubes, the ones you can charge with water?
Oh, yeah, those tubes, yeah. What they are is manifesting wands, and they're called wands. But what it is, it's a clear tube, and inside is certain crystals that are designed for a specific purpose, to heal something specific, or bring in the communication of the angels, or give yourself an angel kiss, things like that. You just take the tube, you stick it in the water, and you know, you don't dump the stones in or anything. You just stick the tube in the water, because it's already energized. And then what ends up happening is the energy from the stones go into the water, and then you literally drink the water.
That's right.
You know?
It's charged.
Yeah, because it's charged.
You can take a glass of water,
Yeah.
even if you don't have the stones.
Yeah.
And you can take a glass of water, put it down, and just speak to it lovingly before you ingest it. All right? I would tell those of you who are home who take medications on a regular basis, bless the medication.
Oh,
that
yes.
it only does what it's supposed to do, and nothing more, and no damage to you anywhere else in your body. Bless the medicine. Okay? Bless your food. When we were all Christian-like in this country, once upon a time, at the dinner table, you said grace. Guess what? Say it again.
There was a reason for that.
Can't hurt.
You were
Say it
blessing
again.
your food,
You're
seriously,
blessing your food.
and
You're
being
blessing what you're
grateful, showing
ingesting.
gratitude.
That's right.
Right. We have 1 minute left.
We have
Tom.
1 minute left.
Yeah.
All right. I would just tell you, be good to one another. All right. Help out everyone. Help out family members that may need you more than now than ever. Amend fences, okay? And don't take the negativity and the evil that is this world today, all right, into your home and into your hearts. Let it go. Let it go. Give it to somebody else. Don't let anyone steal your joy. Yeah?
When you see someone faltering, be there, lend them a hand, help them, because then someone will be there for you to lend you a hand and help you. Because seriously, you know, the old adage, we're all one, we really are.
Really.
We all really are all one. So, and whatever you send out there or give, it'll come back to you anyway. But give from your heart.
That's right. Be a gleeful giver, a joyful giver.
It's a time, especially now in this world, that we help each other.
The best gift you can give is a gift of yourself. So be of service.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Amen.
And
Amen.
with that, we'll end the show.
Yes.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight and watching. And we'll see you next time. And be sure to watch our new show, Spiritual Journey TV.
Yes.
Okay, locally here on Channel 79 Spectrum and on Channel 35 FiOS and on YouTube.
Yes.
under the show title name, you might say.
Yeah, and you can watch our other Spiritual Journey podcasts.
That's right.
We have a lot of them on all the different angels.
Okay.
So many blessings, many, 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 many blessings to you. God bless you.